epic carnage features this young man and his girlfriend in a mall. For the rest of the story, just keep watching.
Sorry to stop your shopping and your evening. Hello. I just have a very special message for a very special girl. This is where we met 3 months ago.
Oh my God, there are people looking.
This is where we first saw each other, and this is where I fell in love with you.
This is so cute.
And you're my absolute Jaan, and you had me that day at hello, when you said hello to me. I mean, after I said hello, anyway, you're my Jaanu, you're my sweetie pie, you're my cutie pie, you're my absolute Jaan, and... Anyway, keep going. You, Jaanu, you're my sweetie pie, you're my cutie pie, you're my Shonu, you're my everything, and I know you find this cheesy, but I want everyone to know you make me really happy. And I have a little poem for you, and I'd like everyone to hear this. When you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while, and my heart ceases to beat, and there's nothing else that I seek except you. And I just have one question for you. Jaanu, please, I need to. You truly make me the happiest person on earth.
Are you okay?
Everyone, the week is going by quickly, and less than 24 hours to the final verdict on the election petition hearing. Children and adults are hoping for peace. Exactly 50 years ago today, Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream. We tell you the story behind the famous speech.
A dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed.
And we meet some young people who would like nothing more than to solve math problems all day.
This program has really impacted on me. I mean, I'm seeing the different ways that math can be used. You know, with codes and ciphers and with the space science and everything, you learn new things about how to actually apply the things that you learn in school, which has been really important and very interesting to me.
My name is Efo Akwa Harrison, and this is News Generation. Please stay with us.
News Generation, supported by
Cowbell with Vitarid. Omo, saving tough stains in just one step.
Daily Blue Band, Daily Grow. Indomie instant noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Now, some residents in Ho have been marching for peace today. The march comes ahead of tomorrow's Supreme Court verdict.
This is the second peace march that has been held in the region ahead of the Supreme Court's declaration. The Ho Sports Stadium was the point of assembly as early as 5:30 a.m., where the enthusiastic participants began the march through the principal streets of Ho. They carried placards bearing all manner of inscriptions, bordering on the need to accept the verdict and maintain peace. The participants marched from the Ho Sports Stadium through the Ahoy roundabout to KK House, through to the Ho Central Market. They then continued to the regional post office through the Civic Center Road and converged at the Regional Coordinating Council, where leaders took turns to preach peace. Eira Akpe from the Department of Women stressed on the vulnerability of women and children in times of conflict. The Volta Regional Secretary of the NDC, Simon Amegashi Viglo, on behalf of his party in the region, pledged commitment to peace after the verdict on Thursday. Divine R.K. Boson is a leading youth activist of the New Patriotic Party in the Volta region. Komlado's report for Joy News.
So tomorrow, the Supreme Court will give its verdict on the election petition case, a landmark case in Ghana's history. Now, young people are hopeful Ghana will remain united whichever way the verdict goes. Here's what's up.
I really feel bad because I've never experienced this in Ghana before, and I pray to God that Ghanaians will accept whatever the Supreme Court says.
I feel that Ghanaians should pray so that God will intervene for us, because we are not God. We can expect anything.
Ghanaians love peace. I mean, who doesn't love peace? If we are in our houses, we like it. We don't want to fight and die, so I'm not scared.
I feel a little scared because if any war breaks out of the coming out of the verdict, it's the children and women who will suffer, and I don't want us to end up like Syria and Libya and all those other countries who are in war because of parliament.
Ghana is a peaceful country, and if war comes to Ghana, children will suffer.
I want peace in this country so that if we vote again, they'll do it well, so I will know who wins and who loses.
My wish is that Ghanaians accept whoever wins this petition, because Ghana is a peaceful country, and I also hope that nothing like this happens again.
Your views on WhatsApp. Now, the I Have a Dream speech, have you heard about it? Well, on August 28, 1963, exactly 50 years ago today, American civil rights activist Martin Luther King made this famous speech. But what was its significance?
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed.
This was the late Dr. Martin Luther King's dream for African Americans 50 years ago. This is because even though African Americans had been freed from slavery by law for 100 years, they still did not enjoy full rights as American citizens. There were separate schools, jobs, restaurants, and even washrooms for black people. It was frowned upon for African American children to mingle with white American children. And so a march was organized in the nation's capital, Washington, to speak out against the lack of jobs and freedom of the African American people. It is in this setting that Martin Luther King made his famous speech. Today, his speech is still recognized and remembered as an important part of the journey to creating freedom for African Americans.
I have a dream. In future, I want all Ghanaian children to be educated, just as I am.
I have a dream that in future, you can see all the Ghanaian kids drumming and dancing, making baskets and other stuffs.
I have a dream in future that I'll be a doctor.
Now, did you know that children also played a big role in the American civil rights movement? A few months before the August 28th march in Washington, children in Birmingham, Alabama marched for freedom. Some of them were arrested, sprayed with tear gas, and attacked by guard dogs for asking for equal rights as American citizens. Now, moving on, be honest, do you enjoy mathematics? For some, the mere mention of maths sends shivers down their spines, but for others, they thrive on mathematical equations and numbers. Eminent mathematician Professor Sichope Anku says maths is part of everything we do.
15x. Okay.
Mathematics, a subject that divides opinion in homes, offices, and classrooms. For some, studying maths is just mental torture. Trying to get their head around all the formulas brings fear and anxiety. But eminent Ghanaian mathematician, Professor Sichope Anku, sees the study of maths as easy and fun. He believes the lack of a practical approach to teaching maths makes it difficult for many to understand, as it should be realistic and linked to everyday situations.
The issue is, the way we teach the mathematics is the problem, you see, and we don't tend to show the relevance of mathematics to real life. It's learned as something that is just dropping out of space. Mathematics is real. You see, you got to make it real. What you see, that if I'm learning functions, I've got a real application in life.
For these young students from the Gambia, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, South Africa, Kenya and Ghana, the study of maths and science is a big deal. For 1 week, they were taking through codes and ciphers, finance and economics, and space science. The workshop was organized by the African Gifted Foundation.
This program has really impacted on me. I mean, I'm seeing the different ways that math can be used. You know, with codes and ciphers and with the space science and everything, you learn new things about how to actually apply the things that you learn in school, which has been really important and very interesting to me.
It was really amazing. It was a great experience. I met a lot of new people from different countries and places, learned a lot of new languages, and I really enjoyed the courses because it made me realize that in every aspect of life, you need math and science. Whether you're calculating what people are going to buy, whether you're calculating whether there's extraterrestrial life in the universe, you need math and science.
It has been a very educative program, I must confess. In the economics class, I learned that it's not all about money, but sometimes a country can have the money and everything, but if you don't have the peace and you don't have good leaders, you cannot bring out these resources and you cannot develop the country.
Coming here did help me to see more and to experience more about science. And this will help me open opportunities. So I'm really grateful to HF for giving such opportunities to us kids who don't really have much expectations, but going deep down to African countries so that we can get more opportunities to see more people and to meet other countries and to see how Africa itself can combine to be together and do something that is relevant.
Volunteers from different countries were there to assist at the camp, shared their thoughts.
I thought this was a great opportunity to come and start making my investment in the future of African children, because Africa is a continent that isn't necessarily thought of as underprivileged and underdeveloped, and it's important for us to catch the youth whilst they're so very gifted, as we have seen in this past week.
It has been the most fulfilling week teaching young kids about maths and science, and here I was helping out in classrooms while they learned about space science, codes and ciphers and financial markets. So I was just going around the classroom talking to the kids about their studies, what they're learning, what they find difficult, what they're finding interesting. And some of the conversations I had with these children were so interesting, and the kids are so gifted.
Are you a math guru? Let us know why you find it so interesting. News Generation on Facebook. Let's catch up with some other stories so far during the week.
Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Nana Oyelita, says the ministry will take up to the fight against child marriage, a practice which she says is assuming worrying dimensions. Addressing a news conference at the launch of National Children's Day, she said the practice is an impediment in efforts to fight ingrained perceptions which stifle the advancement of women. The day is marked on different days around the world to highlight the plight of children globally. Government agencies and institutions have been directed by President Mahama to reduce expenditure to help governments reduce the surging budget deficits. The rising budget deficit was among key issues which were discussed during a recent retreat. President Mahama and members of his government went for a retreat to review the nation's economy. The Judicial Services Staff Association of Ghana, JUSAG, has called off its planned strike, which was scheduled to begin 2 days before the election petition verdict. The strike was to protest delays in payment of allowances. Even when government met the association halfway by issuing checks for the payment of outstanding allowances, the association insisted it would still strike if their clothing allowance was not settled.
Time to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
taste the love and the nutrition they need. Daily Blue Band, daily growth.
Sometimes a stained t-shirt can make you the happiest mom. Now Omo Multi-Active removes even tough stains in just one step. Best ever stain removal from Omo.
And we're back. Now, we all know by now that vacation camps are becoming popular and many children are keen to attend to learn new things and socialize. Values for Life, a non-governmental organization which is interested in the welfare and education of children living in low-income communities, has organized one such camp which ran for several weeks.
Values for Life, in collaboration with Community Youth Cultural Center, organized the 3 weeks vacation camp for primary and junior high school students. The program brought together children from various deprived communities in the Greater Accra region. Its purpose was to empower the children to develop skills and confidence, and to also promote protections for children. Children were taken through mentorship programs, human rights advocacy, public speaking, eloquence, and grooming. They were also taught batik tie and dye, basket weaving, calabash design, drumming and dancing, beads making and stringing, and cooking.
The camp was amazing. They taught us a lot. For instance, I learned how to play drum and how to play a flute. It has changed me because they taught us about sex, which is something I don't know about. So I got to know more about it, and when is the right time to practice sex. That is when you are married.
I've learned how to make beads and batik, how to dance, like the cultural dance. Yeah.
The Deputy Minister of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts, Abla Jifa Gomashi, believes such camps would help promote tourism and culture.
The way in which it will promote culture and tourism is that what is culture? Culture is our way of life. It is the way in which we serve water when we receive guests. It is the way in which we cook our traditional foods. It is the way in which the children learn how to do beads. They are learning how to weave baskets. They are learning how to do batik. That's promoting culture. Culture and tourism is far removed from us. It's with us. It's bringing in people and bringing in revenue. And so the ministry is very excited about this program, and it is hoped that we will sustain it and do it every year.
Blessing Agbuada is the director of Values for Life.
These programs are all geared towards making the youth more reliable on themselves, and also make them to build their own capacity, and enable them to also contribute and then make themselves more efficient. And so this particular event is a vacation camp. It's a third in edition, and this time around we brought children from both deprived and also deprived schools together. And it is because we want to build a culture of tolerance among them, want them to build a teamwork and all that.
Nana Fredria, a philanthropist, has been helping Values for Life for 2 years now.
I'd like the public, those who can help, to get in touch with them and give them all the help. She has a strong team, very dedicated, and the least we could all do is chip in every now and then with something. So people should, if you can't get them on your phones, you can go on the internet and just type in Values for Life, and I'm sure you get their contacts. I think it's important.
You can see one of his eyes.
That camp looked like so much fun. I wish I could have attended. Anyway, in other news, if you are a Christian, how do you learn about God and the Bible? Is it from radio, television, or by going to church? Well, for most children, learning about the Word of God should be fun, simple, and interactive. And that is what Superbook is all about.
I've got you, no one.
Ever heard of the story of Moses, David and Goliath, the 10 Commandments, Jonah, or the story of Joseph? These are stories in the Bible that most children are familiar with. For more than 3 decades, Christian Broadcasting Network, CBN, has been using animated series through Superbook to tell Bible stories. Superbook tells stories in a child-friendly manner which can easily be memorized, encouraging children to have a better understanding of the Bible and how to apply it to their lives is very important.
The main idea is to help children have fun, healthy fun, instead of going onto sites on the internet that are not for their ages and that will get them into trouble. Superbook is decent fun that they can enjoy.
Superbook educates children of all ages by narrating Bible stories which highlight the important character traits such as courage, loyalty, friendship and responsibility. In Superbook's pilot, A Giant Adventure, it tells the story of David's anointing by Samuel to his subsequent killing of Goliath.
What makes you so special?
The lesson children can learn from the story is that they can conquer their fears when they trust in God's power.
My God is not weak.
The new Superbook Bible series still has its central characters, Chris, Joy and Gizmo the robot, who travel through time finding adventure and discovering truths relevant to children today. The series comes in a 3D format with clear pictures and sound quality. Catch the new Superbook series soon on Multi TV's for Kids channel.
Well, Multi TV for Kids channel has been airing Superbook since 2009. It's very, very inspirational, and it's got a lot to teach the children in terms of building their character, you know, and helping them to learn and then teach others and impact on their lives. You know, so we thought it's very important to put such a program on the channel whereby the kids' future would be impacted.
Wow, the new Superbook looks awesome. I mean, it's totally been upgraded since I used to watch it. Anyway, Sports Round is next.
Black Stars coach Kwesi Appiah has named Chelsea midfielder Michael Essien as part of a 26-man squad to face Zambia for next month's World Cup qualifier. Also included in the squad are Kevin Prince Boateng and Andre Ayew. Both players return to the Black Stars team to play the Chipolopolo in Kumasi on September 6. Ghana, currently top Group D, and will need to avoid defeat to get to the next stage of the 2014 World Cup qualifiers. Decorated Jamaican female sprinter Veronica Campbell-Brown, provisionally banned for testing positive to a banned diuretic, will face an anti-doping hearing in September. The ban caused her to miss defending her 200 meters title in Moscow at the recent World Championships. Diuretics, which could be used to mask the use of performance-enhancing drugs, are on the World Anti-Doping Agency's prohibited list.
Now on to Landmark of the Week, which is the George Padmore Library this week. We chose this place because of its historical significance and its extensive collection of books written by African writers.
Hi, you're watching Landmark of the Week. My name is Adelaide, and today my Landmark of the Week is the George Padmore Research Library on African Affairs. Want to find out more? Follow me. The George Padmore Research Library on African Affairs was established in Accra, Ghana on June 30, 1961. The idea of a research library was conceived in 1959, immediately after the death of George Padmore, the noted Africanist and African Affairs advisor to the then President of Ghana, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. It was to be a monument to the ideals of Pan-Africanism and a memorial to George Padmore.
George Padmore was a political advisor to the first president of Ghana, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. He was one of the Pan-Africanists who help to champion Pan-Africanism and also help to fight against racial and also help to recognize Africa. Here it's a library for research purpose. Yeah, and when you walk into the library, we have two sections. We have the Ghana collection, which is in this building, and also African collection. This is the African room. Yeah, as I said, this place we have books published by Africans, books about Africa. That we have various African countries, books written by various African writers. So we have Egypt collection, and we also have Sudan. We have Ethiopia. All their books about the economy, about their agriculture, their tribe, yeah, everything, you get them here. Yeah, so this is Ghana collection. Yeah, this is where books being published by Ghanaian writers are being housed. We have various books on the ethnic groups we have in Ghana, the vernacular languages we have books on them. We have books published by Ghanaian authors.
Some collections at the library includes archives on cultural, educational and political campaign groups, journals, newspapers, and publications by social and anti-racist organizations between the 1960s and 1990.
Yeah, so every year they celebrate him. They come here to mourn and remember him for his good work he has done for Africa. Thank you.
So folks, this brings us to the end of our tour to the George Padmore Library. If you want to learn more about Ghana and Africa, the George Padmore Research Library on African Affairs is the best place for you.
So you heard Adelaide. If you love to read and want to know more about African culture, you know where to go. Time for another quick break. We'll be right back.
We all know how important good nutrition is to grow up big and strong. Not only is cowbell milk enriched with 28 vitamins and minerals, it's also boosted by the 5 most important vitamins, which we call Vita-Rich.
It's got vitamin A for good eyesight development. It's got vitamin C to help fight infections. It's got vitamin D and calcium to help build strong bones and teeth. It's got vitamin E to help with body protection. And it's got vitamin K for general well-being and immunity.
For good health and vitality, only cowbell with Vita-Rich puts you on the fast track.
Mommy, see 5 tomatoes.
Okay, if I take one, how many will be left?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, that's my girl. Spell nutrition.
N-U-T-R-I-T-I-O-N.
That's my girl.
Will you spell nutrition?
Yeah, N-U-T-R-I-T-I-O-N.
Wow, a new spelling champion.
Yeah, that's my girl.
There's no mom like you, no noodles like Indomie. That's why caring mothers trust Indomie to give their best to their family.
That's my mom.
Indomie instant noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
And we are back and on to what's trending. Now, if you haven't seen this video online, brace yourself. It is quite embarrassing. It's being called epic carnage.
Epic Carnage features this young man and his girlfriend in a mall. For the rest of the story, just keep watching.
Sorry to stop your shopping and your evening. Hello. I just have a very special message for a very special girl. This is where we met 3 months ago.
Oh my God, there are people looking.
This is where we first saw each other, and this is where I fell in love with you.
So cute.
And you're my absolute Jaan, and you had me that day at hello, when you said hello to me. I mean, after I said hello, anyway, you're my Jaan, you're my sweetie pie, you're my cutie pie, you're my absolute Jaan, and... Anyway, keep going. You, Janu, you're my sweetie pie, you're my cutie pie, you're my Shonu, you're my everything. And I know you find this cheesy, but I want everyone to know you make me really happy. And I have a little poem for you, and I'd like everyone to hear this. When you smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while, and my heart ceases to beat. And there's nothing else that I seek except you. And I just have one question for you. Janu, I need to. Janu, please, I need to. You truly make me the happiest person on earth.
Are you okay?
That kills me every time. Are you okay? Well, sad or funny, maybe both. The video is courtesy YouTube. It has over 86,000 views on there and uncountable shares on Facebook. Let's take a quick trip to other parts of the world for more stories before we wrap up.
British Prime Minister David Cameron and US President Barack Obama have spoken on the phone about intervention in Syria. The UK's response will be discussed at a National Security Council meeting later, while the US has said its forces are ready to go. The Prime Minister said the world could not stand idly by in the face of the massive use of banned weapons. More than 300 people are thought to have been killed in a chemical weapons attack in Syria last Wednesday. Zimbabwe plans to build a Disneyland in Africa at the world-famous Victoria Falls. A government minister told the BBC the move is to boost tourism. It will cost the Southern Africa government over $300 million to build the theme park.
And that's all we have time for this week. See you again next week. Have a good rest of the week.
News Generation, supported by
Cowbell with Vitarid.
Omo is even tough stains in just one step.
Daily Blue Band, Daily Growth. Indomie instant noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.